This is a team that may be out of the playoff chase at this point, but they're an organization with a ton of pride. And they'll be playing hard all the way to the final whistle of the final game, no matter where they are in the standings. It's the Seahawks going up against the Buccaneers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5th-year quarterback, a Super Bowl champion in 2014. It's Russell Wilson.
And hasn't it been fun watching the maturation of Russell Wilson as a quarterback? Because I think that Seattle did a great job of protecting him early, making sure they ran the heck out of the football, played great defense, careful with him throwing the ball. But as time has gone on, they don't have to protect him anymore. He's just a legit starting quarterback, one of the best in the league. What's his overall record? 46-18 as a starter?
Yeah, coming into 2016, not bad.
Not bad, not bad at all. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 championship.
Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll make it 3rd down. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Darryl Smith is a very reliable linebacker who can rush off the edge and also cover in the secondary.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And 4th down coming up.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So on now is the 11-year man, John Ryan, to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by the #1 overall pick of these Bucs in the 2015 draft. Out of Florida State, the former Noel Jameis Winston.
And he's always been a gym rat. He's always been a guy who just absolutely loves the game and loves everything about preparation. Watching tape, rallying teammates, he has a charisma that's just off the charts. How does he get better, though? Starting in year 2? Well, he worked on the offseason, lost weight, reconfigured his body. I think it's just a matter of continuing to take care of the football and continuing to lead his team. Because you know in Tampa Bay,
there goes Doug Martin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
the concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game. And maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage. And they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. Second down here. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Now Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, That's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So that tackle for loss by Michael Bennett. He was second in the NFC in that category last year with 19 of them.
Hard to believe that he went to his first Pro Bowl last year. I thought he would have gone earlier because his impact is always big on a game.
And in his 8th year now in the league.
Let's go now.
Now Jameis on second down. It's caught by Mike Evans. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop.
Everyone's got 4 down. Ready, blue ready. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the eye. Winston now to throw on first down. Over the middle to Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now an introduction here to the starting 11 on offense. And one of the good wideouts, of course, is Vincent Jackson.
And when he's on the field, you don't play small ball. You make sure you get it out to that guy and let him go get it.
Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. Evans has it left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. A first down throw for Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. Oh, he knocks him over. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now that's the Doug Martin we saw, not just in his rookie year when he burst on the scene out of Boise State, but how about in 2015 when he earned a big-time contract extension from Tampa Bay?
Yeah, you mentioned it, from Boise State, 31st pick back in 2012. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. One receiver to the left is Evans. First down, Winston. Finding time. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
One man on the backfield, that's Martin. And they'll give it to him here. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Winston on 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mike Morgan in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So on 4th down, here's the Buccaneer place kicker, Roberto Aguayo now. And Aguayo able to knock it through. And that will make our score 9-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to go up top. And that's Curse for the Seattle touchdown, hauling it in. Jermaine Curse, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And time now for the Seahawks defense to take their spots again on the field. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance is amazing. You can get 3 points now, where it's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which will be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that situation. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, could have. Now can they carry that over? On 1st and 10, Winston. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now Jameis on 2nd down. They set up the screen to Martin. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Evans has it left side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 1 quarter in the books. 9-7 is our score. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. Wide open receiver, complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a little extra juice when you see Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans early, and when they do it often, this team is really energized.
Well, Evans at 6'5", those long arms, that's so tough to defend.
And he surprises you with how fast he is because he looks like he's just loping along, and all of a sudden you're 10 yards behind him, and Jameis Winston finds him.
Now Winston, this will be caught just inside the 10. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
I know I'm not into rooting business, but I really like this kid, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. Good catch there. I'm just hoping he can stay on the field and have some good health.
Now the Bucs hoping so too, limited to 16 games total his first 2 seasons combined.
He is quite a target for a young quarterback. Jameis Winston can grow with this guy, and boy, they can be a dynamic duo.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. that makes it a 9-point game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Tyler Lockett now with a return. Spinning past him. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Baldwin with it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. On second down, Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Wilson now off the bootleg. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. No gain. And now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
After review the play, the runner in the field is reversed.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
They go play it, and he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Second down, rolls. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And left side here, it's Graham. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching. And went up to try and catch a pass. Poof. I think for me, it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy. First down, Winston. Caught, Safarian-Jenkins, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Second down, Winston. Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So the offense has it first and 10. Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And now loose football, fumble. Martin lost it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Bobby Wagner, the only guy to score 2 fumble return touchdowns in 2015, adds to his career total there.
The guy knows how to get around the football and make plays when he gets there. That's why he's one of the best in the league.
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They come up in an offset eye. They start the drive with Martin. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Nowhere, 22, go nowhere. Let's go now. Blue waiting.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's at the 30. And he takes it all the way down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. And now a first down following that long gain. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. From the shotgun, and this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Vincent Jackson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Winston to throw for it. He's got time, and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A first down throw for Winston. It's hauled in by Shepard. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Jameis on second down. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down.
3-3. Ready. Blue lady.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Winston now to throw on first down. Jackson's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down and 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To the air again with Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third down, 15 yards still needed. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right.
Ready. Blue lady.
3rd and long for Winston. He's got it at the 15. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. They'll come up with split backs in the backfield. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll throw again. Winston to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Here's Winston. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Roberto Aguayo out now for the Buccaneer field goal try. From the right half. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with a Bucs out in front. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Buccaneers have struggled with turnovers, so they have to feel lucky they're still in a close game. The Seahawks, though, haven't taken full advantage of the turnovers, as we've still got a close game here after 2. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10, it's Martin who gets into open space, and he'll go in from 64 yards out. They go up by 6. Seahawks have it at the 25. Russell Wilson connects with Jermaine Kearse over the middle, and it leads to a touchdown. Deficit shrinks to 2. Now to early in the second quarter. Winston's on point with the throw, and he counts off the 7-play drive with a score. That takes the lead up to 9. Now 1st and 10. Ball's going to be up for grabs here. Seahawks pick up the football and score. Deficit shrinks to 2. Buccaneers line up at the 3. Winston's going to complete the pass, and this play will go for 6. Buccaneers go up by 8. Bucs with the ball late in the half. So that's a wrap for us. We'll head back now to Raymond James Stadium for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Time running out here on the play clock. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty.
Delay of game, offense. Still second down.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. 1 receiver to the left is Evans. Now a second down throw for Winston. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Fresh set of downs here.
Ready. Blue ready.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
one thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
One receiver left, 3 to the right.
Ready, blue lady.
A first down throw for Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned, they ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Tackle is made by Clinton McDonald.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. And it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd down, Wilson surveying the field. He's got Lockett. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down at 15. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. They'll try to run with Rawls. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So they're going to go for 2.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. In and out. Let's go. Check 9.
Wilson going to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one taken just inside the 10. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Ready. Blue lady. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Drops it off to Martin. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. One receiver to the left is Evans. They go play action here on first down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They come out here in the eye. First down, Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Doug Martin, and it'll bring up third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On third down, Winston goes underneath to Martin. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Shift to the defense of the Buccaneers now. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
Now Wilson on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Wilson, a give to Rawls. And some room to maneuver. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll run it. This is Procise. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
3rd and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Defense has to stand tall here, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready?
The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. Open man, it's Stocker. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
They come up in an offset eye. Winston with a give to Martin. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Let's go now. Blue lady. Mike's by 4.
2nd down, Winston. Over the middle to Evans. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Winston on 4th down. Well, this is caught by Jackson. It's a gain of 9 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope. They come out here in the eye. And a 10th carry here for Martin. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Offense.
So holding by the offense and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
So now the offense is facing a 1st down and 20 after that last mistake. Again, it's Winston. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Ready there. Blue lady. Right there. 54 Mike.
On 2nd down, Martin. And he's got room. Cuts left. There goes Doug Martin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Aguayo on for the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Fighting through. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, Wilson. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Here's Wilson. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. William Golston in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Second down, here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. In the slot on the right is Graham. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Three yards to go here on 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Picked off by Alteron Werner. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go now. Move lane. 4 down. Like 52.
Winston to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 30 yards there. And now a 1st down following that long gain. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. And it's 2nd down. offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Second and 10 now. Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
On third down, Wilson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Major Wright. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. One man in the backfield, that's Martin. And he'll get it up the middle. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They run it again with Martin. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Third down, it's Doug Martin. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It goes as a gain of 8, it moves the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
4 down.
1 man on the backfield, that's Martin. He'll get the football here. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the San Diego Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.